My name is Eboni Bell. I have been at Sages, I think 5 years in October, 5 years full-time and 1 year part-time before, so 6 years total. And I am the venue and events manager. I do kind of a plethora of different things, different pieces. First off, creating and managing our rental program for the brand new Gordy. I manage all outside events, so any rentals that we have or private parties, private dinners, any of that kind of stuff. I also manage our front of house staff. That's the staff that manages patron seating and issues on days when we have performances. In addition to our volunteer usher corps, which is about 250 volunteer individuals. So yeah, there's a lot of different kind of little pieces here to kind of manage the project of managing the venue, but those are the biggest pieces of the whole. So front of house is everything that's patron facing. We call back of house things that go on behind the stage, so with the actors and all that stuff. So front of house is everything that goes on with the patrons, because we're two parts of a whole, the audience and the actors. So we're there to make sure that everybody has a lovely experience, they get sat in time, that they get their drinks in time, that everybody has all their questions answered, so they don't have any worries and they can sit there and enjoy the art to their fullest. We want to give them a worry-free experience when they come through our doors. The fast-pacedness, working under pressure, and being around a lot of people. I go into stages every day from 2 to 10, and from 2 to 5 I sit at my desk, but then from 5 to 6 I'm like up and moving and talking to people and trying to fix problems really fast, and I love that. I don't like sitting at a desk all the time, so I'm really happy that my job allows me some balance in that area. I love, and this is a small one, but every year during the Panto, when we do Panto Family Fun Day, it's a free community event that we do it like every Saturday or every other Saturday in between the matinee and the evening show. Just invite the kids to have snacks, and they color with the cast, and they play games, and there's like free popcorn and stuff. It's just, it's fun, and the kids really, really enjoy it, and it takes like nothing for the families to participate, and that I love. Like anything that is access, like free access to anyone, like no barriers. I love those kinds of events and getting to be a part of those events. No, I think people are in general surprised that we do rentals and that you can have like parties with us, because they think of us as a producing house. People are used to, buying full subscription and seeing all the shows that we do, but you can actually rent the Gordy to put on your own performance, or you can come in with one of our performances and maybe do a dinner for like a group of 10 before the show and have the lounge at intermission. And there's like some really cool like events that I get to be a part of and get to like witness. It's a really interesting experience for somebody to put on an event this way that's associated with live theater, and it's a cool thing that we have in Houston to do. And I think people are like shocked when they find out that you can do that. We have like businesses, like people who are looking for something super fun to do for their like company holiday party, and they bring their like people for like a reception and a fun holiday show and like cocktails and like maybe coffee after. It's just really cool. It's just that's surprising. Opening night of Panto last year. I directed the Panto last year, so one of my favorite memories of stages is that opening night. That was really amazing. And like, normally I'm running those opening night events, so it was really interesting getting to see other people run the event and like enjoy the event instead of being the person running it. So that was fun, like looking at it from the other side. And then of course, like, that was the first professional show I directed, so of course it's just always going to hold a special place in my heart. I can't talk about this enough. I love stages, and I have said this all the time. Like, I don't work at stages just because it's like a place that gave me a job in the arts. Like, I've always wanted to work at this theater. There is just something about the way that it's like the way that we all communicate, the way that we're all kind of pulled in to every single aspect of what's gone on at stages, and our opinions are given weight, and we're kind of told we matter and encouraged to weigh in and give ideas and give thoughts. Working in the operations department, which is what the department that the event manager works in, I get to work with a whole lot of departments all the time. Like, I get to work with marketing and development and the artistic department all the time. But stages also kind of opens up these avenues to allow people to participate in these work groups and task force, so that they can participate in other sectors of what's going on at stages, right? So like, we get to participate in play reading groups, we participate in EDI, like recruitment work groups, and we get to have conversations about hiring practices and conversations about what shows we're going to put on the stage, and like, just being able to be a voice in almost every single aspect of what goes on in a company is such a rare experience for people, and it's not something that I take for granted or take lightly ever. Stages is like no other, and I would die on that hill. Come be a volunteer usher with me. So anybody can be a volunteer usher at stages, and it's like the easiest gig of your life. But the best part of it is that you get to see the shows for free. You show up an hour before the show, you get free parking, you help pass out programs, you help tell people where their seats are, scan tickets, whatever. You get to sit down, enjoy the show free of charge. Easiest gig, best way to see some art and give back to your community. Come do it.